Hi, everybody. Hey, how you doing? It is Friday, and we're here to rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. It has been 48 hours of mayhem. No, 40. I guess. Yeah. Let's call it. Let's call it 48 hours of 72. It's a bit of a blur at this point, but boy, oh boy, it has been a real mess over here earlier in the week. Let's call it about a little under an inch of water made its way into my living room, which is not how you want to have it done, not how you want it to go. And it has been raining off and on since, and so it's been a couple of days of me digging holes and taking souls. And putting a sump pump in the hole to pump the hole out and keep on pumping. And yeah, I don't know. It's been fine. But it's been chaotic for the water in the house is bad. And the amount of work that's going to have to happen on the other side of this is super frustrating. We're going to have to rip out a lot of wall, and that's wall that goes to the outside. And like, how do you do that? And how do we make this work? There are people living in this house. If there's big holes in it, that's not great. But you got to get the moisture out of the walls by removing the walls. So turns out that's the way you do that. But also, whatever. There's a lot of work that has to be done. Gutters and other things that need to be installed. The home has to be repaired on the other side of this, because now there's a hole in it where water gets in, which is not, you really don't want that. Thanks to everyone for supporting this nightmare endeavor. You can back the broadcast over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. And when you do, you get access to the Discord, you get access to an ad-free version of the podcast, you get a bonus podcast. If you join the advisory panel, you can suggest games for this very show. Head over there, patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Give it a look. And the advisors have chosen some games for this week. And boy, have they. Let's get it right into it. Clades. Picked this one, and I'm interested in it as it's a sequel. And the first one of these was quite good as far as a game. Also a game I was not super familiar with prior to playing it here, and this is the same deal, because I don't know that I've played this one, but here we go. Power Blade 2. Oh, it's a Christmas game. Great. Okay. The year 2200. Oh, great. We at the Delta Foundation have just finished development of a cyborg unit, which represents the next generation of fighting robots. We would like to sell it to our government's Department of Defense. Oh, cool. You realize, of course, that this cyborg would be a threat to the security of our nation if sold to a foreign country. Man, the Delta Foundation is it's a real racket they got going. Why Christmas Eve? We're sending a mission to SP headquarters. Why is Duke Nukem here? He's here to destroy the Delta Foundation. This is a really ham-fisted way to say, we'll disavow all knowledge of your actions. Or okay, all right, that's it.
Here I go. I'm wearing my glasses.
Oh, what? Okay, what? I'd hit start there. Okay. That's a pretty good pause noise.
I brought my boomerang. Right back at you, stupid robot. Those Delta Foundation bastards are gonna pay for scratching up my boomerang.
So can I can I get out of the way of the boomerang? Okay, but if it hits walls, it'll... What do I keep picking up here? I'm getting stuff, but... The weapon has... Okay.
I can throw 2 boomerangs. Oh, there's a ladder over here. I think that was a cheeseburger.
I got to slide here. I can't just crouch and roll. I'm gonna hit those drill bits.
Looks like somebody got equipped with bubble lead. Or
Fuck. That was really cool. I was doing really cool shit there for a minute. Right up until I fell, that was looking real good. Starting all the way back here, looking real bad.
Those Taito bastards are gonna pay for not putting in better checkpoints. Shake it, hamburger.
I was gonna say, that thing's making ping noises like I'm definitely damaging it, so... Ah, yeah. That's how they get you.
Back to the start again, dummy.
What is energy for? Like, it's not like I'm using it by, you know... Maybe when I get special boomerangs. I can cast Duke Nukem spells. Oh, I have to get off, huh? Okay. So I gotta get off and ride. Or I gotta get off fast. I gotta get off to the left. And then ride it and then make the jump on the way down. Or I need to get off quick. I wonder if this game has infinite continues. It's got a password, so that I feel like if you have a password, you're effectively saying you have infinite continues. It's a good little jam. The bass line on this is like the ways in which it's repetitive really speak to me, if that makes any sense. Like it is not the Moon Patrol fucking bass line, right? But there's a kinship.
Now I'm over here.
Okay, so now we do this, and then we make this jump.
My boomerang got you from behind.
Now I've got one L. What does L do? Okay, so we'll hold this L until such time as it reveals itself. That's not great. You know, the pipe being the thing you can't stand on. So do I have to like jump on this thing that's one notch higher and then jump over and then try to jump back? Is that what it's... Okay, it doesn't move. Okay. What do we think? Is this a door? It is a door.
There's a fucking dragon in here. Sonic the Hedgehog dragon ass.
Newt suits! Oh, I hit the select key and it gave me all my life back. That's what those L's do. Alright, so we know that at least. Newt suits! Little, just a touch of slowdown. What's this guy? What's this guy doing? I'll stop him. Yeah, can we do we oh, okay. We got a Newt suit. Change!
I'm gonna save that Newt suit for later. That suit jacks me off.
I don't know, man. Make the floor all drills. What are we drilling like this? Duke Nukem, hopefully. All right. Well, I can't fault your evil lair design then, I guess. Run from laser! We made it. Newt suit! Oh. That went poorly for me. Oh, wow. That's a real... Okay. This is okay. You're making weird things appear. Okay, I can't flip. How do I? Okay, that just keeps reappearing. The fuck? All right. Okay. What do we think? What do we think this is gonna? All right, that's not even. Is that even getting through the barrier? No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now that I've destroyed the barrier. Yeah, just don't get cornered in those weird spots where those things are. It's bad.
Let's torch this place and get away.
What do these different buildings look like? It's just like, I don't know. I like that all the Delta Foundation's buildings are just right next to each other. They got a whole district to themselves. You'd think they would have spread out a little bit. But just the real estate market lined up for them in a way that they were able to get everything right next to each other. It's nice. This game didn't need a... I don't think... You know...
Oh, shit.
Like, did this game need a level select? I guess is what I'm saying.
I want that burger. I don't want his pork chop. I want his life. Oh, shit. I touched the chainsaw thing. Who put a ceiling chainsaw in here?
Single boomerang. Ah, this is not going well for me. Right, I just wasn't even, I didn't even see that at the top of the screen. I was just like, ooh, battery thing. Go get it.
It was a murder ceiling.
This game feels really good. And, you know, I like Duke Nukem, so... It's nice to see him get out more.
I had to take that one. And apparently that one. And then apparently I had to fall in that hole.
think it decided that that platform was there before it was visible on screen. Yeah, that doesn't work, though. That doesn't work, though. Wow. All the way back here, huh? It's crying shame about the checkpoints in this game.
Some juice for my newt suit. Or as I like to call it, my nut suit.
Ah. Open up, you asshole.
Time for a swim.
Or a fall, I guess. What? What if I don't go through the door? I kind of... Now fight a dragon underwater. I need to stop jumping. Wetsuits.
Now I've got a wetsuit. That was a horrible... Oh, no, wait. I'm a genius. Oh, shit.
Go, man. You know, there's a lot of like waiting involved in this game, and I don't necessarily like it's not necessarily bad, but it is. There's a lot of time consumed by kind of just waiting around for a thing, you know?
That bubble was timed a little too perfectly.
Also, a little too much of the like forced scroll or like danger scrolling kind of, you know, like there's a little too much of this. Huh. No, yeah, like the way it manages its business is frustrating. Like this stuff is like that stuff could just be done better than just like here's a murder ceiling, and the scroll is so slow that you are going to invariably make some blind jumps down to something, and we're going to put enemies on the floor that are barely taller than the floor that you absolutely will not see until you get down there. Like it's not like that stuff's not awesome, you know? That's not like an amazing fun experience, right? There's just a you know, like that stuff should be they should not have done that. And to be, you know, in stage 2 and they're just repeating some of the stuff from stage 1, I think is just not great. Oh, I don't have any suits. So I don't even have my newt suit? Really great music, though. Like, I really like these tunes, and they are rendered well. I wonder if there's going to be something up here that I can only do if I... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there wants to be something I can only do if I took the platform all the way up. And then my second thought just there was, I wonder if these enemies respawn. Because of course they do. Oh, yeah, I just didn't have any energy. So we still have the wetsuit even though we died. Only took almost all of my health to get up here. Too many conveyor belts. Why is every Delta Foundation building a factory? Don't they have an office building or like a, you know, HR department or something that we could be fucking up? Always a fun thing to do in a game. Except I can't attack, and now I'm surrounded on both sides. And I'm dead. See, you jumped off the platform and now it stopped, so now you get to get hit even more. We thought that would be cool. And they're right. Come on, drop something. Drop something to make this game more fun. The burger, hey, I love a burger. But really, it'd be nice to have 2 boomerangs instead of 1. Perhaps some more distance on this MFer. It's a technical term for boomerangs. Why does your factory have weird bombers, like, just flying around in it? Why'd you do that? Now you must fight a dragon that is on the conveyor belts. Yeah, I don't know. We built all these cool suits. We decided that we would make this dragon that is always going to be the protector of the suit. So we just put them in the different buildings. But what rooms you put them in? I don't know. Whatever. We found some different rooms. We just found some rooms. Fuck. Fuck. See, the problem is eventually your boomerang gets too good and you lose a lot of your up close damage, you know, because you get kind of the wrong range. You really want to try to have your enemies at the edge of your boomerang range so that it just sits there and damages them. Oh, you fucking son of a... Perhaps the newt suit could have helped there. Burger. Things are looking... Woo! Like, you'd almost want, like, a boomerang that as soon as it hits something, it stops. You know what I mean? It'll just sit there and spin.
Yeah, just sit there and spin.
That's bad. Yeah, we're gonna run out of... Okay.
What a shitty password.
Yeah, it's a Star Boomerang Burger Star, Boomerang Battery Boomerang. Sorry, double Boomerang. Blank space spark plug double Boomerang Star. Oh yeah, right this way. Right this way, Mr. Nukem. We've been expecting you.
They've been expecting me.
Does this just take me? Just a wistful little jam for the password entry.
This is some shit to kick back and smoke a joint to.
Yes, Duke Nukem, it is.
Yeah, I love weed. It's so cool.
But you realize it's legal now.
Oh no.
Okay, I mean, that game is good. It's not as good as the first one. I think it's a shame, you know. The first game I think has some really cool ideas, and this game is certainly not bad. It is a little frustrating to return to like in a modern time, because I think the things that are frustrating about Power Blade 2 are like things that people like to say were, endemic to the platform or endemic to the era. You know, they go like, oh, it doesn't have checkpoints because it's an NES game, and and it's like, yeah, I guess, but like these are just kind of like bad design choices that they made in some cases. Minor tweaks to this to friendly it up ever so slightly, I think would have been good for everybody even back then. They're generous with the continuous and password system. Generous is not the word. That's really just kind of I feel like those are table stakes, really. But at least it has that, I suppose. And I wish that it was a little bit friendlier with checkpoints or whatever. But like the feel of it is fantastic. They do put you in some situations, and they put you in a few too many situations where you're, on conveyor belts, or you've got crushing ceilings or whatever. Like the way that they decided to design danger into these levels, I think sort of sucks. I think that stuff's just kind of bad no matter when you do it. If you do it in that quantity. And so to go from level 1 to level 2 and see the same tricks used again, and then level 3, here's some more conveyor belts. At some point, this isn't like that's not fun to engage with long term. And so seeing so much of the game devoted to that sort of stuff is a downer. It's a game that I think, with some more variety would have, could have gone a long way. It's nice that you have the multiple suits to choose from and deploy in different situations. Like that wetsuit and that water part was cool. You just like fucking zip past it and kind of do your thing, which is neat. But yeah, ultimately it's got a few too many issues, I think, to sit in that kind of upper echelon. When we look at like Power Blade 1 over here, it is a top 50 game. Power Blade and Shatterhand, bonded forever by virtue of and Vice Project Doom, and Codename Viper. All four of these games could be the same video game. I think. It's not to say they're not different, but you know what I mean. Power Blade 2 is it has like enough issues in it that it kind of it detracts from it pretty significantly. It's still neat. It's unfortunate that it's not a little bit better, you know? Like if this game had ironed out just a couple of issues, it would be at least in this tier, if not higher, you know? Like this is something that could have been a contender, but as a result, it kind of it tumbles down the list probably quite a bit here because this is really tough competition, you know? Like it's no Guardian Legend. You know what I mean? Like it's no Super C at this point. It's no Simon's Quest. Mega Man 4 is a better game. Is it better? But it's Is it better or worse than Low G Man, the Low Gravity Man? That's a tough one, man. Low G Man is such a fucking cool thing. The only problem with Low G Man, and Low G Man would be much higher on this list if it ran at like a better frame rate. If that game like was just smooth, it would be so much better because it has so many interesting mechanics in it. Low G Man's a better game than Power Blade 2. It's no Batman the video game. It's no Castlevania 3. But it's kind of right. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of right in here. Like it's better than Scat, the Special Cybernetic Attack Team. But it is Scat-esque. Scat. Is it better than Scat? Yeah, it's better than Scat. It's better than Amagon. I mean, it plays a lot better than Amagon. Amagon gets by, I think, a lot on, you know, the ridiculousness of its concept and how that is represented in game is really like a wonderful fucking thing. But raw gameplay, I think Power Blade 2 has an edge over Amagon. It's a better game than Amagon. It's better than Snake Rattle and Roll. It's better than Abadox. It's better than Burai Fighter. It's no Castlevania 3. It's our new number 112. What is this, 122? Yeah. Okay. And there you have it. Power Blade 2. Jason wanted to see this next game. This might be the last. It's the last licensed. This might be the last wrestling game on the list. If I'm not mistaken, this might be it. This is Bret the Hitman Hart on the cover of WWF King of the Ring. Ah, yes, Lex Luger. Why is... Oh, man. just watching this demo and just, I don't... You ever see a game and you're just like, man, I really don't want to play this. The characters are larger, I'll give them that. The digitized crowd noise is something. Oh, the music is killing me. Bret Hitman Hart with his little smirk there. He's smirking because he's talking about his favorite subject, Bill Goldberg. Narcissus himself, the narcissist, Lex Luger. A fascinating run in the WWF Lex Luger had. Is this meant to be... Is this meant to be his actual theme music? Is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like it is, but this is really terrible. What? Oh. It just... I waited too long. And it just gave me Shawn Michaels. Stomping a mud hole in Lex Luger. Bing. A 5-star classic. Meltzer loved it. Thought the intensity was huge. The move variety, amazing. The shapes on these bodies is haunting. Like, this is a cursed art style if I've ever seen one. Shawn Michaels pins the narcissist Lex Luger for the one-on-one victory. Oh, and that's it. Back to the title screen, motherfucker. You wanted a progression? Pick something else. Like, all right, let's see who else is on the roster. Mr. Perfect. Okay, great. So speed, strength, and stamina seem to be the bad guy himself, Razor Ramon, looking like he belongs in a late era LucasArts adventure game. All right, Randy Savage here. His head is thick as his neck, as thick as his whatever is happening below there. Looks like a Pez dispenser with a jacket on. Okay, Yoko. Yeah, all right. Had to crop this photo extra tight because he was pooping. Oh, the Hulkster. Make sure you at least get this theme song right, they said while making it. I mean, this isn't all these themes are bad, but The Undertaker with his famous catchphrase, "Blue Lives Matter." Here we have Bam Bam Bigelow. Sure. I liked Bam Bam. Oh, no! A winner is me. All right. Oh, okay. We get to put a name in. Okay, well, oh, okay. They did balance this. I was like, oh, can I just... I like that you can't change the weight or the height. They're like, that's... Don't worry. None of it matters anyway. You. I can't figure out how to do any moves other than that slam, which that body slam looks like. It looks like you're trying to body slam someone who has like a horrific disease and you're trying to stay away from him. Like, oh, he's holding him away from his body as much as possible. Like, ew, gross. Like he's taking out garbage. There we go. We did something different. I hit A instead of B. Nailed him with the suplex. You pins! Oh, this is just what separates this from a tournament? Because there was already a tournament option. Do I just not win the King of the Ring if I just win the tournament? I like that one digital sample interrupts the other. The interrupts the crowd noise. This is machismo. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan. That win was just too sweet. This game sucks. This is maybe one of the worst. Maybe we saved the worst for last in this one, man. I feel like in terms of representing in-ring action, like this is This is maybe the worst one. Also, the art style, it's a bit of a toss-up, right? On one hand, you got to say, well, these are bigger wrestlers that are in most other games. Like, these sprites are larger. I will give them that. But they look like shit, dude. What's going on down here? Ah, yes. Also, holy shit, like almost everyone in this game is dead. It's pretty much just Brett, Sean, and Taker, right? I mean... Oh, and Lex. And you. Presumably. What will be... This is an interesting, if not a grim concept. And maybe it already exists. Do you think which wrestling game will be the first to have 100% of its roster deceased? Discounting like the micro sports wrestling or whatever from back in the day, because I think that one was just Hogan and Savage. But like, which game with an actual roster of, you know, X number of people will cross that line first? Congratulations to the new King of the Ring. Also, maybe the easiest wrestling game we've played on the platform. The Black Team. JJ Mazziotto. Legends of Wrestling might actually be. Yeah, we'd have to go look at Legends of Wrestling. But Brett is in Legends of Wrestling, isn't he? I mean, I know they made two of them, but maybe RVD's in one of them. Okay, yeah. So what is tournament then? If King of the Ring is that, then what is tournament? Just 9 matches. So whereas King of the Ring, the signature mode the game is named after, is only 3 matches and gets like a tournament bracket looking screen. The actual tournament mode gives you no tournament bracket and just says, I don't know, I'm going to play 9 matches. This is how it would have gone, man, in real life. Anyway. WWF WrestleMania Challenge just has Beefcake and Hacksaw as their living roster. Okay, yeah, that might. No rope breaks here. Pure rules apply. And then we just get 2 of 9. All right. Sure. Anyway. The running pin off the ropes. That game sucks, dude. I mean, it's a big thing for me when we have games with move lists, fighting games and the like, is the move variety should mean something. You know, you should have situations where one move is better than the other, or like there should be strategic reasons to choose risk for greater reward. And I think there are fighting games over the years that have like been a little murky with that. It was something that, just it has been a thing that I thought about a lot with fighting games. But it's something that applies here too. Like you should have a reason to expand your mind a little bit on moves, and it shouldn't just be like because I want more variety or whatever. Modern wrestling games, the modern WWE games, try to do this by like with score, and like, oh, you got a higher score in your match because you did more move variety, and so it's a 5-star match because you didn't just do the same move over and over again. And I think that's a really artificial dog shit way to do it. This game, like it's got a couple of moves here and there in it, but mashing B for the body slam and continuing to mash B to boot them on the ground seems like it is the most effective way to wear them down. You can occasionally mash A if you want to do the suplex, or hey, you can go to the top ropes after you've knocked them down enough that they are going to be down long enough for you to hit them, and so there's stuff like that. But boy, it's really the shits, man. It's no Power Blade 2. There's no Batman Return of the Joker. You'd be better off with a copy of Kiwi Craze, A Bird-Brained Adventure. Mission Impossible is a superior product. You'd certainly be better off with a copy of David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia. It's no Faria, a world of mystery and danger. It's a better game than Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. It's better. It's no Solstice, the Quest of the Staff of Deimnos. You'd be better off with a copy of Karate Champ for sure. Is WWF King of the Ring better or worse than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus? I mean, Dino Wars has you are on foot and you're in a dinosaur, and the controls are similar, but the attacks are pretty different. So I think in terms of move variety, Dino Wars has it beat. Better music in Dino Wars. Dino Wars is a better game. It's certainly no Spelunker. Town and Country Surf Designs Wood and Water Rage is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Mylan's Secret Castle. Mylan's? It's no Alex DeMeo's Race America. Pinball is a better game. You'd be much better off with a copy of Castle of Dragon. Let alone the Flintstones, the rescue of Dino and Hoppy. It's no Kid Clown in Nightmare World. Linus Spacehead's Cosmic Crusade's a better game. Yo Noid's a better game. Worm Journey to the Center of the Earth is a better game. Big Nose Freaks Out is better. It's no Tetris 2. And Tetris 2 is not a good game. It's no Dig Dug 2. It's no Impossible Mission 2. It's no Basis Loaded 2. It ain't even a RoboCop 3. It's worse than WWF WrestleMania Challenge. It's worse than WWF WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge. It's worse than Best of the Best Championship Karate. It's no Predator. Though it is permanently in something of a big mode itself. Is it better or worse than Star Trek The Next Generation? Jesus. What a fucking horrible life we've carved out for ourselves here that we have to ask these questions. That's science, man. It ain't pretty. Down here in the dumps, down here digging through a dumpster for science. It's better than Star Trek The Next Generation. It's better than Star Trek The Next Generation. It's better than Knight Rider. It is not better than Quattro Adventure. It's our new number 566. Yeah. That's a really that's a real dog shit video game right there. Man, one of the things you can at least kind of hope for when you're playing wrestling games of this era is that the theme songs will be like fun. They'll be like either good renditions or like interestingly bad ones. These aren't even that. And there you have it. 566, WWF King of the Ring. And I do believe that is our final wrestling game on the platform. Next up, Tim wanted to see this one. I had to watch a video of this to make sure it was real. And I'm still not sure. This is an unlicensed video game. It's called Trolls on Treasure Island. Cam Crick and Michael Crick, the Cricks, makers of fine flash cartridges for all platforms. I feel like all this music has been in another unlicensed game. Every track we've heard so far has been familiar to me. It's Dudes with Attitude. Press joystick only up or down, never left, right. Wait, what happens if I push left or right? So he automatically bounces. When I push left or right, it says, "Not that! Please! No more!" Like I'm abusing him. Oops. Oh. So there was another game with bouncing back and forth that was not this game level design wise, but no, get back in there. His hair has to be the right color to go through the door. Is this just reskinned Dudes with Attitude? Okay. Well, okay, we're gonna check Dudes with Attitude's level 1 and see if it's the same. See if the Cricks were double dipping here to make sure we don't end up with the same game on the list twice. So this is 1990 from M. Crick, but also Cam Crick's name is up on the... So Cam Crick doesn't get any copyright. We're going with Foxy Dude. Okay, yeah, so the music is all the same. Hi there. Yeah, so see, okay, so it's not the same game. If anything, perhaps Trolls is a sequel to this. Oh, see, this has a much less friendly, you know, if you push left or right. This game is much more abusive. Okay. Okay. So different levels. It's not the same game. It's totally different. 2 years later... Everyone loves the Trolls. These jewels are so large, you gotta hit them twice. No, we need that one. Not that. Please. Please stop pushing left and right. I like that there just is a button I can use to abuse the character. No more! Bump. That's a great noise. Bump. I can push left to right here. In fact, I have to. Pressing left or right only tickles your troll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the right color for that one. Great game for color blindness. Oops. Bop. Bop. It's like the first third of the sound effect of the horn they play in Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road when you hit the last lap. Bop. On the first try. Man, I'm cooking. Oh, if I push A, it just goes right to the next level anyway. Great. This fucking sucks. But watch out for embers, tricks, and invisible walls. I'm always on the lookout for tricks. Out here on the stroll, you better toast your toes. Watch out for invisible walls. What does crashing into the crash thing do? Oh, okay. Eventually my troll will die. Tricks. Game 4. Oh, if I hold down A, he'll go faster. Look at this. This changes everything. But if I hit B... no! I give him the bad touch. Let's have it keep track of how many tries it takes you. All right. Yeah, that'll be the one thing this game does. Ooh, the castle.
Parlor game.
Now, see, this looks like a level that could have just been in fucking Dudes with Attitude. This kind of open floor plan. I'm not a fan. It's not a good game. What? No. Do I have to? I don't want anyone to know. SN2ZK5. Now we got all these levels to choose from. Look at this.
Little Lamb by Ruby Dude.
So did they take level submissions after Dudes with Attitude or something and then just turned it into a different game? Did Ruby Dude submit this one somehow in some sort of contest? Or do they just know Ruby? Is Ruby Dude a friend of theirs? Oh, Jesus. I don't want to do this. I'm dead. When I hit B, when I try to tickle the troll, he says, I'm dead. I'm dead. Safety doors. Is it that one? Yeah, good guess, good guess. Oh no. Nope, wrong one. This is fun. Oh no, I'm dead. Gumballs. To eat the gum, you must be the right color. I was not the right color. We've got to eliminate all of this gum. Oops. See, that's the problem. You get the color too soon and then the gum kills you. I'm dead! This game is slightly better than Dudes with Attitude. Slightly. You know, it's a mildly refined take on Dudes with Attitude. And also, instead of just making a buzzer noise when you push left or right, the troll says, no, no, and does not like to be tickled. And when you push it after he's dead, he says, I'm dead. Hence, it is better than Dudes with Attitude. But it is not better than Bad Street Brawler. It's our new number 605. Trolls on Treasure Island. And is that a licensed troll doll? Is that a licensed representation? Or did they just make their own trolls? Because the box art, I mean, you know, the trolls look like the trolls, but I don't, this... But, you know, I would not put it past them to, you know, have a bootleg Trolls product on top of all that. You know those cricks can't be trusted. And there you have it. At 605, Trolls on Treasure Island. That's I mean, if nothing else, it's a very interesting game. You know, the idea that it exists or what have you. Graz wanted to see this next one. And it is a collection of sorts. Winter Games, adapted by Pony Co. So this is the Epic's computer game that was relatively well regarded on computers. Brought over to the NES, published by Acclaim, developed by, I assume that's just Pony Canyon, but yeah, this is pretty much the same intro from the computer game. The bird, you light the torch, the birds fly. It's the Olympics. Hot dog aerials. I love hot dogs. Speed skating, figure skating, and the bobsled. I seem to remember there being more in the original Winter Games than this. Next event, hot dog aerials. I like that they didn't trim any part of the, because that was where the loading screen was. All right, we've landed. We've done no tricks. This is fucked. Like the motion, the so up and down do nothing. Okay, was that up and to the right that did that little whoop? Yeah. So the buttons may not do anything. There we go. We're getting 9s now. So up and to the left does this little number. Woo! Which is everything I remember from the original version of this game is that. But yeah, no buttons here. You just push in directions and you make sure you let off in time to land. Two backflips. It's like a 6. Forward flip into a little whoop-de-whoop. That's like an 8. Seems like if you let off on that trick and get back into position just before you land, the judges really like it. Finally, some good music on the NES, It sounds like when you mapped the MIDI mapper incorrectly and you're accidentally playing all the Doom music with drums instead of... Good audio here, too. Pretty sure this is just left and right on the D-pad. Don't worry, the number station only broadcasts at the top of the hour, so we just need to listen to this for a little bit, and it'll come on, don't worry. Ah, my thumb! I don't like doing this. Yeah, it is just left and right, because up and down doesn't do anything. That's brutal. Good, good, going good. All right, if we hit backwards in the button, we can skate backwards, and then we can turn it back around. If I push up in the button, she seems to fall over. I don't know what we need, how we need to time this. There we go. Really great frame rate, really runs awesome. What? Wonder how you land that. Not like that. Oh! Oof. Oh, we fucking wrecked, bro. Really great audio here. Like throughout, you know? So I probably just need to hit the direction and hold it to counter steer around these turns. There's really nothing to it, except for up here, you know, you kind of get the tricky left turn into right turn, which is, I guess, not as tricky as I made it out to be. And so we win, I guess. We win. Really fucking terrible audio. This sucks. This is a fucking terrible version of this game. And now, the thing I'll say, though, is that figure skating was always like this. These events are decent representations of what the original versions were. But the whole thing runs horribly, which is... I don't know, like it was not... It was not the smoothest running game in the world, because, you know, like Commodore 64 games weren't always... Oh, we almost landed that one. I think that there are, whatever, man. Like, you look at like a California Games or something like that. You know, ultimately, these are just mini games, and it's not that difficult to. Well, easy for me to say, but like, it shouldn't be too difficult to make these games run better than they did in their original incarnations. You know, whether it was the Commodore 64 or whatever Apple II version, or, you know, like whatever other versions of that Epix Classic came out. And the games series from Epix was viewed as a relatively classic franchise. You know, Summer Games was very well received. By the time we got to, you know, past World Games and California Games came out, California Games was fucking incredible. World Games was really good, and the NES version of World Games, not awful. Like, you know, like pretty decent for what it is, which is to say, not a great NES game. You know what I mean? Like, not the worst thing you've ever played, though. Winter Games is well worse than World Games. And I seem to remember there being more events. What did they cut out? What did they cut out? Because this came after Summer Games. So yeah, some of them had a luge and a biathlon. Yeah, so like, yeah, biathlon had shooting and skiing, which was not super fun to do. The shooting was okay. Yeah, man, I remember the original version of this game running much better. And so in 85, this game came out for the C64, and that was the original version of the game. And so I remember that original version, at least like the ski jump, being kind of closer to fluid than this is. And so it's a weird thing where, like, the NES is perfectly capable of running this game, if not as good as, then better than the original. If the developers had put the time into it, there was certainly a way where this, you know, this could have been a much better game. From the looks of it, this originally, at least in terms of Nintendo systems, this was originally a disk system game in Japan, and then Acclaim brought it over on cart or maybe vice versa. We'd have to go look at the release dates to make sure that they match up or whatever. But like the look and feel of this game originally on the Commodore 64 is significantly better. And Pony Canyon did a shit job of bringing this game to this platform. And then Acclaim did you a dirty favor by bringing it over to the States. Like this didn't need to come over here. By the time it came over, when was this game released in the US? It couldn't have been. All right, we have to look this up here. So 87 on the NES, and that's like, okay, so that's March 87 in Japan, September 87 in the US. So that's not that far off from like the Amiga version and some of the later ports. Like, you know, the game first hits in 85 and gets like the requisite ports that a game got then, right? It started on C64, made its way to Apple II, and like DOS, like early, you know, mid-80s PC, whatever the fuck that is, 80, 86, 186, 286, you know, not even a 286. Okay, and then it came out, yeah, as a like a booter, meaning you put it in your butt. No, meaning you just put the floppy disk in the system and it boots up to the game in 86 on PC. By 87, it's hitting like the 2600, which is a 2600 game in 87 is already like a really fucked up concept. And then that's when that NES version comes out. The 7800 version comes a year later. Gross. It's the shits, dude. It is the shits, and is missing some of the events that were in the original version of the game on top of all that. So just a really cut down garbage version of Winter Games, which again, I feel like I need to contextualize this for people, because most people I feel like are going to have no idea. But again, these games, these Olympic games that Epix were doing, that Epix put out on the C64 were really well regarded, because it was a variety of games. The mechanics were sound. Generally, they ran well. You would get some shitty ones mixed in there. You know, the figure skating was no better on Commodore systems. In fact, it may have controlled a little bit worse. But these games kind of meant something at that time, because they ran better than a lot of the other games coming out on the platform. Epix itself as a company was pretty well regarded, with Jumpman and some of the other stuff that they had been doing. Impossible Mission is one of theirs. Like, they have some legendary releases in this time frame, and the, Summer Games, Winter Games, World Games, California Games progression is really amazing. And so, I guess what I'm saying is it's very easy to write this game off and say, like, whatever, who cares? But in a weird way, like, these games matter a lot more than you might think. Just in this context of the other stuff that came out on the NES, though, this is straight up trash. Even a good version of this, you would look at and go like, okay, well, whatever. Because just the so much of the context surrounding those games has changed. You're looking at a platform that it runs like fucking Super Mario Brothers. Like the input fluidity, the low latency on the controller, everything about the way games controlled on the NES compared to how they controlled on computers, even at that time, if not a few years earlier, is a dramatic difference in standards. And so having a version of this game that actually in some ways is worse than the original is kind of just an extra slap in the face. Either way, I hope that context is interesting, but here, squashing all of that into a scientific output, this game fucking sucks, scientifically speaking. Yes, Epix did G.I. Joe, a fucking awesome video game. Though when you look at G.I. Joe today, isn't it really just a hero-based shooter take on Outlaw? Isn't it just Outlaw, but everyone has different weapons? Isn't it just the original hero shooter, but it's just Outlaw? And then it has vehicle sequences that are kind of fucking terrible. Oh, the vehicle stuff in G.I. Joe. Interesting. You want it to be great. It's not. World Games is a better game. Wally Bear and the No Gang is a better game than Winter Games. The Last Ninja, another computer port, certainly a better game here on NES than Winter Games fared. You would be better off with a copy of Quattro Adventure. Dare I say it, you would be better off with a copy of WWF King of the Ring. Taboo the Sixth Sense is better. Chiller is better. You'd be better off with a copy of Tag and Dragon. What'd you do for Christmas? Fucking Tag and Dragon, bro. Hell yeah. But it's kind of right in here. It's better than Trolls on Treasure Island, let's say. It is worse than Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six. It is better than George Foreman's KO Boxing. It is worse than Donkey Kong Jr. Math. It's our new number 603. That's a real shame. I wasn't necessarily expecting like an amazing thing. When I saw Winter Games on the list, I was like, oh man, these have been really funky. But I figured there would be a competence there that is really spotty. And there you have it. Winter Game. Everyone loved Winter Game. Let me fix that. There. Okay. Moving on, Davis wanted to see this one. This is a series I feel like I want to like. Here is Flying Dragon, the Secret Scroll. Hiryu no Ken is the ultimate kung fu stance that gives the impression of a flying dragon. It is the ultimate kung fu stance, according to Culture Brain. And they would know. The Grandmaster, Juan, was robbed of the secret scrolls of Hiryu no Ken. He entrusted the remaining scroll to his worthy companion, Gengai of Shorinji. Good going, Juan. So this is kind of another game in the, like, I guess the Flying Dragon, the Shanghai Kid continuum, which was a cool arcade game. Whoa, Game Boy noise here all of a sudden. Password. In compliance with Master Juan's last request, Ryuhi begins his journey to Shorinji. Okay. What about Gengai and the scrolls? Okay, all right, the journey. Here we go. No crouching punch or kick. Can I just go? Yeah, I guess I can, huh? This feels terrible. So no air attack, no oh, okay, you're okay, by beating that them we got high jumps. Boom, 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 boom. I thought that was birthday cake we were collecting. I was all excited. Okay, now we can shoot. Can I go in these doors? Looking like no. I don't know what that last pickup did. Oh, and now we have a key also. The secret fifth collectible. And how about some invincibility for you? We're running low on time, so I should probably fucking hustle, huh? Perhaps it is the door. Maybe now that I have the key. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, this looks like it's repeating. It's like Ninja Kid, but bad. Mandara! Mandara, it's been raining. Shorinji. Well done. I commend you for coming. I'm Gengai. Defense is the key. Since it is the first secret of Shorinji. While you are here, let's work on your defensive skills. There's something about the presentation here that I think is kind of cool. But, instructions from Shingan. Okay, so now you get your Shanghai Kid defend the circle, attack the circle stuff. Okay, so I still have punch and kick in this mode. For my diligent training, I will be taught
One of the secrets of Shorinji.
the trick throw. Okay, you didn't tell me how do I do that though? Like there was no, I don't know what the controls are for that. Okay, well, I don't know. Eliminated. Oh. Try your new secrets. Oh, man. There's that throw. I was pushing down that whole time. Received a letter of challenge from the Tusk Soldiers Army. This is the army that stole the secret scrolls and eliminated Juan. One-on-one combat world tournament.
Now it's real.
Having become the Kung Fu master of Shorinji, Ryuhi sets out to become the best one-on-one competitor in the world. This will not be easy. Several top-notch opponents must be defeated. Go Hayato. Unique qualities. Trained against a bear. Litron. Unique qualities. Born and raised in the savannah. Min Min. Unique qualities. Her skills in Kung Fu are unmatched. Demon Kabuki. Nickname, Laughing Devil. Oh, and like his real name, Demon Kabuki? The Journey. I learned all that cool shit about fighting, but unfortunately I can only use it in one-on-one contexts, you know? When I'm out here on the streets, I can't just be fucking people up, you know. This fucker's flying. I can't go backwards. We got to make another loop if we want the key. I'm hoping to find, like, some life recovery in one of these statues, but... There we go. Mandara! Baby! Elimination round. Oh boy. I'll give it to you, man. This game is going for it. Much like Flying Warriors. They're trying something here. Oh, oh! Right.
Ugh.
All right. Do the thing. Oh. It's too easy to get. It's very easy to get kind of crossed up a little bit and just like, oh, I really should not have hit the button there. I should be on guard. Like you just, like on paper, it's a very easy concept of like the circle is here, so do this. But you really, it's really easy to fuck it up and hit the button when you're supposed to not hit the button because you're defending instead of attacking, and like you just. I've always felt that way about this fighting style in all the games they used it in.
Listen carefully. Tusk soldiers are masquerading as your enemies. Transform them and take back the secret scrolls. Then make your Hiryu no Ken perfect.
Okay. So I gotta transform them now? Hit him! Get over there and hit him! See, I keep hitting the button. Don't hit the button. Oh, I transformed him. I was like, okay, that fight's done. Oh, wait. Oh, well. Well, great. Oh, I'm not gonna. It's like, you know, the rest of the game tells you what to do in every situation, right? So when suddenly there's ill shit heading your way, you aren't really equipped to deal with whatever the fuck that is. Like, you can jump, but it's not. Okay, if I hit the select key, it uses up all those bottles I've been collecting. But you got to use them. Okay. So, Flying Dragon, the Secret Scroll. I think that's neat. You know, it's got a variety to it, and as much as it is this kind of like almost like a quick time event sort of presentation, the like circles on the bodies thing that dates all the way back to Shanghai Kid, I think is cool. It always was. And in that original arcade game, all you did was those fights. And so there's a neat, it's neat that they found a way to put like those fights into a game along with other stuff. You know what I mean? The side-scrolling transition into fighting, back into side-scrolling, and have each of those systems have a little bit of meat to them is a cool idea. The execution of the stuff outside of the fights here, though, is just not very good. You know, you're lacking in a lot of moves, you know, in the side-scrolling bits of the game. All you can really do is punch and kick. You cannot crouch and kick. You cannot jump and kick. So the moves you have in the one-on-one fighting stuff are not well represented there. And so it makes that stuff feel like bad Kung Fu Master, or Kung Fu, if we are keeping it on the NES. With a little bit of like Ninja Kid mixed in for like, oh, you kind of have to stay in this level until you collect the right things, and then the door opens and does this, and you know, like that stuff is fine, but having like the looping mini bosses and having them be kind of the same mini bosses across multiple levels, and you know, like that wears thin very, very quickly. And so that aspect of the game is just not especially well done. And I think that kind of sours me on a lot of this. Like this is neat, but it is no Flying Warriors. I mean, that much is for sure. Like if we're looking for a place to start, it is certainly no Flying Warriors. But when we talk about, you know, early fighting games and the start of fighting games, everyone talks about Karate Champ, you know. And then if you had a computer, you talk about IK Plus or or something like that, right? But which is basically just Karate Champ with some more stuff. And people look at that and go, here's how we got to Street Fighter, and they just look at Karate Champ. But this feeds into a lot of that as well. I think we don't really get to Street Fighter without Shanghai Kid in some weird way. Anyway, and Yi Are Kung Fu, of course. Yes, it's not just those two games. I would take Yi Are Kung Fu over both of those other games, in fact. So it's cool that this like franchise lived on, even though it wasn't immediately obvious that it was all part of the same thing. And the way these games got advertised like if I had known, hey, they made sequels to that cool fighting game with the circles on the heads and feet that you liked in arcades so much, I probably would have played these games when they were coming out, I'd have been like, oh, fuck, dude, really? Wow, cool. But, this game has its share of issues for sure. It's just not super engaging outside of those fights. And that kind of drags it down. I do like their little story that they have in it about Juan and the scrolls. That stuff's nice. But yeah, it's certainly no Flying Warriors. I think it's a fair bit lower. Again, like this is pretty stacked sections on the list here. It's no Power Blade 2, for example. You would be better off with a copy of SCAT, Special Cybernetic Attack Team. Ninja Crusaders is a better game. Dragon Spirit, The New Legend is a better game. Clash at Demon Head is a better game. You'd be better off with The Little Mermaid. You'd take an Iron Tank here. Wampum is a better game. But this is probably actually not too far off here. Golgo 13, Top Secret Episode is a better game. David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobalonia is a better game. You'd take Spy versus Spy here. Spy versus Spy, obviously like very thin and, kind of repetitive in its own way, as opposed to being like a story-based game, but well done for what it is. Russian Attack is a better game. It just feels better. It's kind of the other bit about this game is that it's stiff in a few ways that you wish it wasn't. Like if it was just a little bit smoother across the board too, that would really help. Ironically, it's like slightly the combat is like slightly smoother in the side-scrolling sections than it is in the one-on-one fights, which makes sense because they're kind of, it's meant to kind of break it down a little bit. It's more serious. It's better than Desert Commander. It's no Russian Attack. It's better than King's Knight. It is better than Xevious the Avenger. But it's no Golf. It's now our new number 229. In which this is Flying Dragon, The Secret Scroll. Okay. I wasn't sure if we would get through these games as quickly as we did, but I did put one more on here. Someone's been in the YouTube comments for a little while now saying you're forgetting F-15 City War, which has been on the list the entire time. It's been I don't know if this guy's just not scrolling down the remaining list far enough or something, but F-15 City War has been on there. F-15 City War is a game that I have certainly played, but it's been a while. So let's get this on the list. This is an unlicensed game. Oh, what are we doing here? Unsupported game version. That won't do. All right. Looks like some file names have changed a little bit here, but let's... That's fine. That's fine. We'll get it going the old-fashioned way. Here's the supported version, but it still doesn't have any achievements. F-15 City War. This may be the first this and Chiller are probably in a battle for the first truly unlicensed game I ever saw on the NES. Discounting the Tengen stuff. This is... Alright, let me play it. Do we have to wait for the demo to complete before I can... Okay. I like games that put continue first because they assume you're continuing. So this is like shitty Thunderblade. And that's all I have to say about it, man. Look at this fucking thing. Look at the stuttery nature of these buildings scrolling by. I like that the helicopter noise didn't even start until after I had already blown up all the helicopters. So I've got guns and I've got missiles. I don't really... Not really seeing a great purpose for the missiles. I guess the missiles do drop a little bit, so they will hit some of those tanks even if I'm a little higher. But so far, not really seeing a huge use for the missiles. Really great music. Doesn't look like I can collide with the tanks. Do you think anything's ever going to happen? Oh! Oh! This changes everything. It's pretty ripping soundtrack. All right, now back to the tanks. Oh, double tanks! This city war just got a little more war. Oh! It's the Miracle Mile. It's the El Camino Real. What happens if I hit start, do you think? Okay. Get a sufficiently bootleg sounding pause noise. Now this is the strange reel. You can take the F-15 out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the F-15. More great audio. A lot of really great audio today. What? This is the slowest shit. The movement is so... This movement is so bad! What are you supposed to do? Holy shit! Like, oh, don't worry. We'll make the other levels so slow and terrible that they'll definitely lose some lives here. This fucking sucks. Okay, so you still have both your shots here, and so you do kind of get your Xevious on here, because those boats were not hit by my normal shots. Those ones we've got to launch the missiles to take out the boats. This is fucking terrible. You ever play the Laserdisc game Mach 3? I love the Laserdisc game Mach 3, not because it's a good game, but because it was a really neat fucking game. It had 2 points of view. One was a cockpit view, and then one was this, basically, but better. Probably a full decade before it. What the fuck, dude? As far as like good Laserdisc games go, oh man. Like a boss fight or something there. Oh, this is in danger of turning into 1943. I think in terms of Laserdisc games, I think that Firefox is kind of cool. Based on the Clint Eastwood classic. I like Mach 3, both jet games. And the Cube game, an Astron, like Astron Belt, and the fucking nonsense game with the cube in it that I for whatever reason its name is fucking eluding me. Cube Quest, right? Yes, Cube Quest. Cube Quest is an abstract fucking strange thing, and that alone makes it kind of cool. Also, the way they kind of interleave the assets on the Laserdisc, it makes it really fucking... I mean, if you've watched any of the pre-stream footage of the raw Cube Quest Laserdisc, see how stuttery and strange it gets there. There's an ominous vibe to Cube Quest that is kind of amazing. Like, the game itself is whatever. Just stacking up these extra lives, I guess, huh? Well, like all the Dragon's Lair style QuickTime event games, that stuff I don't really have. It's neat. Like Cobra Command is kind of cool conceptually, but like this stuff like Road Blast, just like follow the arrow and go left, go up, pull up. Like a lot of that stuff I think is really fucking whatever, All right, do I have to dodge these? Let's find out. Yes, you do. Okay. Like my shots are in time with the music. Or they were. Oh, shit. Fucking TIE Fighter looking ass shit. This F-15 City War. This is like that one stage in the G.I. Joe arcade game. Uh-oh. What the fuck, dude? This guy is walking backwards so fast. I'm in a jet chasing him. And he is just right there. He is faster than I am walking backwards. These guys are hard to hit, but good news, I don't really have to hit them. Ah. This, everything just takes forever, man. Everything just takes fucking forever. No, I'll give it to it. Like, you know, this game is not like a stuttery, messed up mess. Like, I guess a little flicker on some of the helicopters and stuff, but as unlicensed games go, you know, this game is mostly a crime of like design, right? I mean, these levels are so fucking long. These enemy patterns are so repetitive. Do you think I just have to do this until I land enough hits on the big robot to blow him up? Or do you think there's like a set number of passes it makes before it just stays out forever? Do you think I could even beat it here? Probably not, right? I imagine none of that damage is real. It's not keeping some counter in the background of like, how many hits did you get on the fucking robot guy? If there's a real fight coming up. Boom, 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 boom. This is a rhythm game. Not a lot of people know that, but F-15 City War. Oh, so the robot doesn't matter at all because we eventually go to a boss fight against a tank. Check out this sick fucking tank I drew, bro. Dog, that tank is sick. I know. The end of that conversation. That's how that conversation went during development of this game. Got the high score. The one-ups I feel like are a threat. Like I don't want that. Don't give me more lives. Look how stuttery those missiles are when they take off. How fucking terrible that is. So even though those, you know, these guns are technically on the quote-unquote ground, my missiles can't hit them, but they can hit these. The consistency on the air-to-ground, air-to-air stuff is really the shits in this game. So yeah, is this just an inner tube that turns into a missile and the whole thing launches? Like, what are these sea-based silos? Why are they winking at me? Dude. All right, there you have it. F-15 City War. Salute to... Yeah, it's so, you know, it's like really bad Thunderblade, and then a bunch of other really bad stuff too. On top of that, kind of thrown together, and again, not the bottom of the barrel as far as unlicensed games are concerned, but certainly subpar in a lot of ways. You know, like it's no Rollerball, it's no Worm Journey to the Center of the Earth. B-52 is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Break Time, the National Pool Tour. The Cryon Conquest is a better game. John Elway's Quarterback is a better game. Gauntlet 2 is a better game. Digger T. Rock, The Legend of the Lost City is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Gotcha the Sport as well as Chiller, a better unlicensed game. It's no Power Punch 2. Yeah, it's worse than Power Punch 2. It's worse than George Foreman's KO Boxing. It's worse than Athena. You know what? It's worse than Robo Demons. It's worse than Thundercade. It is worse than Wayne's World. But it's better than NFL. It's worse than Captain Planet and the Planeteers. It's better than NFL. It's our new number 633. There you have it. F-15 City War. All right, that's going to do it for us here. Thanks, everybody. Be back next week with the podcast and hopefully normal stuff. I don't know. There's supposed to be some more rain, so hopefully we won't have more rain coming in the house. I got to go check the sump pumps now, see if I need to plug it back in or not. But yeah. Have yourself a good one, and I'll see you next week.